Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. I have not done one of these in a couple of seconds, so hopefully it all goes smoothly. How's everyone doing today? I have to mute a couple of things so that I don't hear myself talking to myself. I just have to mute that. 1, 2, 3. Really? Interesting. Okay. Perfect. How's everyone? And by everyone, I mean like one person that might be here. Hello, Destroyer. How you doing? I've not done this in such a long time that I used to have a board that I would lay on my desk right here that would like go across the board so that this cord would not catch on it, like on the edge of my table. But I don't have that anymore. I ended up reusing it for something else. So now this cord's going to probably catch the corner of that desk repeatedly. Hello, Scott. How you doing? Welcome. How's everything going today? I also hate these headphones, by the way. I lost my pair that came with my phone, and I had to get a new pair, and I don't like these ones. Doesn't matter which way I put them in, they never seem to stick in my ears the way I like them to. Like this side, feel too far in my ears. The other side, they don't feel far in enough. No idea. Am I impressed with the Superman trailer? Yeah, it was good. My reaction to it is up on YouTube. You could go there and see what I had to say. I have to. By the way, I have to laugh. I got a quick, short little nugget of a glimpse on what reactors go through when they try to put stuff up on YouTube. I got a notice from YouTube before I pressed enter to put my reaction up on YouTube, telling me I wouldn't be able to monetize it. They knew before I was going to put it up. They're like, no, don't even try monetizing. You will not be able to monetize this. They warned me before I even pressed enter. Let me see if I can find that notice. It's on I have it on my desktop. Think. Yeah. So I got this notice from them. Again, remember, before I did anything, before I pressed enter to be like, yeah, put this video out there, I got this from them. Important notifications. Video cannot be monetized. Your video cannot be monetized. Your video, I think, why is it empty like that? Did I block out the title or something? Maybe I blocked out the title. I can't remember. Cannot be monetized due to one or more copyright claims. This is not a copyright strike and doesn't affect, and then it goes on to say like your video, blah, 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 blah. And I hadn't even listed it yet. It was, I literally was still going through the details of setting up the video. And I got that. Yeah. And YouTube wonders why its copyright system is corrupt. You shouldn't know the answer to that before it's posted. That should never ever be a thing. Yeah. Did you see Chris Evans, Haley Atwell, and Scarlett Johansson are all returning for Avengers Doomsday? I did not. I didn't even know that was a thing, let alone who was going to be in it. Aren't two of those people's characters dead? Maybe all three? I don't know. I watched your trailer reaction. You should definitely react to more trailers. Well, I'm not going to because one, there's 11 billion people doing it. Like we don't even have 11 billion people on this planet, but there is 11 billion reactions to that Superman trailer. My video got like 140 views or something like that. It is not worth my time doing it, especially when you can't monetize it. Like, yeah, I get the watch time and it helps with my watch time in the algorithm, but it is not worth the effort. You need to be an actual reaction channel with actual reaction content that you can somehow monetize off the platform somehow else to justify doing it. Just doing it on YouTube as a regular person who that's not your thing, it gets buried under everyone else's reactions. So yeah, I don't see me ever doing that as a regular thing. I might do them for big movies when one comes out here or there, but you could probably count on one hand and have fingers left over how many times a year I might do that. It was not worth the effort. It was fun to do, and I'd like to do it more, but it's not worth the effort. It's just not. I think the big problem with it is because they have music in the background. Like I'm pretty sure that's what the copyright claim is because I've had a video similar to the Superman one have this problem once before where they copyright claimed it before it ever like was seen by anyone. I have a video, it's a private video that is for a legal matter I'm dealing with that I recorded of the business next door and they have music playing. So when I recorded it to put it up to send it to the city, YouTube gave me a copyright claim on it before it's ever been seen. 0 views. It still has 0 views because I haven't actually sent it to the city yet. It's still part of a ongoing thing. It has 0 views, but it's already got a copyright claim. How do you have a copyright claim on something no one's ever watched? No one's ever watched it. 0. I haven't even watched it. How? So yeah, the system's bullshit. Yeah. What would you think of the MCU doing evil doppelgangers? Looks like they're going for that route. Nah, no thanks. I commented on Robert Downey a while ago. Because they want to bring him back to play whatever it is. I was gonna say Doomsday, but it's something like Doctor Doom. Does that sound right? Something with Doom in his name. They want to bring him back to play that character, and I'm just like, you can do that. I'm on board with you doing that, long as it is a variant of Tony Stark. If his name is not Tony Stark, you do not do it. You just don't. It's a dumbest idea I've ever heard if that's not how it's done. Like dumber than David Zaslav dumb. But if it's a variant of him in some way, shape, or form, all right, okay, I can get behind it to some degree, you know. Yeah. But for the most part, I'm not a big fan of it. Because I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to screw it up. I really do think they're going to screw it up. So no, I'm not too interested in seeing them do doppelgangers of other ones because no, no. Um, why is my nose running all of a sudden? It shouldn't be. Where is everybody today? It's like they got something to do or something. I did think it would be busier than this, but I also didn't expect it to be super busy. Obviously, I'm aware people are doing things today. Crisis on Earth X did it well. Yeah, well, Crisis on Earth X, um, I don't have a follow-up to that. I was trying to think in my head, say something, but I did not finish the thought. Yeah, no, Crisis on Earth X did a very good job with that, but still not interested in seeing it in Marvel. But we'll see. Who knows? I feel really bad for anybody that is just getting into Marvel now. Like they've missed the prime years of that. Like they're getting into it at the bottom end of the chain, you know. But you know, whatever. Yeah, I don't really have much more of an opinion on it. But I don't have anything else to add. Like Superman and Lois couldn't have a better ending, just strictly wrapped up the show. Oh, it was a perfect ending. Like I don't know how they could have done anything differently, like make it any better. The only thing I think they could have done that could have been a little bit better would have been to see Jordan and Jonathan actually out there doing stuff in their suit. But that would have cost them a lot of money that they didn't obviously have to put out. And, you know, obviously seeing Steele and his daughter out there in their suits doing stuff would have been nice to get that moment. But the show isn't called Jonathan, Jordan, Nat, and John Henry. The show is called Superman and Lois. So ending with them really is the right call, you know. Um, I saw a few people joking that it was a ripoff of the Supernatural finale, and I get it. It kind of is. I think if Supernatural hadn't done their finale in the middle of the pandemic, they might have had a similar type of ending because Superman and Lois got to do things that they couldn't, like have everybody there, you know, greeting the actor or greeting Superman as he was leaving. There would have probably been something similar to that in Supernatural if they had done it, but they couldn't because of restrictions at that time. But for this, for the Arrowverse, for Superman and Lois, um, Superman and Lois, perfect ending. The Arrowverse as a whole, good ending. Um, I think a lot of people would have liked to have seen them bring in some type of Arrowverse connection in the end, but that was never realistically going to happen. Like, even if those actors' schedules were open, the cost of bringing them in just doesn't work with a show on that tight a budget, right? So, yeah. If no one else really shows up in the next like 2 minutes, I might have to wrap this early. Like, I don't know. I thought there would be some bored people with nothing to do because not everybody goes and like celebrates this day, right? I thought there would be other people out there that were bored or had already done their activities in the morning or whatever. But it's kind of quiet. Like we've been holding 4 or 5 viewers most of the time, and Scott's the only one chatting. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what you want from me. uh, yeah. I expected it to be quiet, but I didn't expect it to be this quiet. COVID hadn't happened, we could have got some amazing Arrowverse stuff. We might have. We might have. I mean, at that point, at the point that that happened, that universe was on its decline. I don't necessarily mean quality wise, I mean years of expectations left in it. We had just finished season 8 of Arrow. We're going into season 9 of the Arrowverse. It had tops 5 more years left. And, you know, we got, let me do some quick math. Do we get 3 years? Do we get 3 years or 4 years? Because we missed a year because of COVID. Um, okay, Crisis on Infinite Earths was season 6 of Flash. So season 7, 8, 9, and then Legend or Superman and Lois season 4. 4 years. So they almost capped out the amount of years that was probably left in it. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we'll never know what might have been. You know, there was nothing they could do about it, unfortunately. And you know, like we know some things that we lost. We lost that Batwoman and Superman and Lois crossover. We know that Guggenheim had mentioned he'd already started the planning for the next crossover, which unfortunately, you know, never got to happen. So yeah, but as a overall, I mean, they maybe came like 1 or 2 years short of probably the cap that there would have been on that universe. You know, did the film industry just not want to let them cross over at the time? Um, well, not the film industry, the world. Um, they weren't allowed to. Um, one of the so I don't know what it was like in other countries or other provinces and states, but here in British Columbia, when they came back, every industry, whether it was restaurants, uh, auto body shops, hairdressers, the filming industry, had to give the province of British Columbia a list of things they were going to abide by to reopen. And if the province looked at it and went, that's not good enough, you don't get to open. So they had to give this big ass list of things. They're like, you know, we can't have this, we can't have that. If someone comes here with this, we'll have to do that. And the province basically was like, okay, those are the guidelines you have to do for this year. And it was a like locked in thing. Like you couldn't just say COVID went away in 6 weeks. They couldn't just 7 weeks later be like, oh, we can go back to doing everything again. No, you're locked in for this entire year under this agreement. The province would have had to come up and be like, we've changed things. You can now do whatever you want. The province would have had to come to them and be like, we think it's fine for you to do things now. But the province didn't do that because definitely that didn't change in a year. So no, it wasn't the film industry. It was the province being like, the only way you get to work is if you have some guidelines in place that prevent the probability of COVID breaking out on your set. And they still had some, right? Like that first year, 3 productions that I know of had to close down for certain periods of time because they had an outbreak, or even in a couple of cases, maybe just one person that was like of note. So yeah, it wasn't necessarily the film industry that wanted to shut down doing things, because that's clearly never the case. There's never going to be a point you're going to find in your life where the film industry is like, we'd rather make less money. That's never going to be a thing with them. So yeah, that was a provincial thing. But it looks like we don't really have much of an audience here today. I'm not that surprised, but I'm mildly surprised. I did think there'd be people out there who'd be like, this isn't a day I celebrate. I got nothing to do. I'm bored, and would have come by. I also thought there'd be people that had done all of their activities in the morning and now are, sitting around doing nothing in the afternoon. Thought, there might be a overlap of those industries of people out there coming by, but apparently not. And I mean, at the end of the day, this is, I did this because I thought some people might want to chat, but it appears to just be Scott. And Scott has probably run out of questions at this point. I mean, he's asking like 28,000 things. So probably a good time to just end this. I don't know when the next one will be. I would be very surprised if I do another one in 2024. So yeah, if and whenever something comes out that is interesting to me, which there is not many things, maybe I'll do one closer to then. But right now, I don't know. So I guess hope you all have a good day. Hope whatever you're hoping to get today, you got. I am not a person that particularly enjoys this day. Like, I don't have any family left, and even when I did have family, I was an only child. So once I became old enough to, like, whatever, this particular day is really a waste of time. Like, you know, my grandmother, there was just my grandmother, my mother, and I, and it's kind of like I'm, an adult or a late teenager. It's not, this isn't a day for adults, this is a day for kids. So once I got to a particular age, it was really just an inconvenience. So, I know a lot of other people do care, but it was not for me. How is everything doing? Everything is doing adequately. Heroes, welcome. You're getting here right near the end, unless you've got something to bring up real quick, because I have been yapping for 20 minutes about nothing. Um, Captain America: Brave New World in February. Oh yeah. I don't see me doing a live stream for that. I mean, I'll probably go see it when it's in the theater, but it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I hope I have the date circled on my calendar. Like, you know, um, it's a movie that I'll probably see, but I've said that about other movies and not ended up seeing them. So we'll see. We'll see when it gets around to that point. Nope. Have a good day, everyone. All right, you two heroes. All right, Scott, you too, and anyone else that is sitting there lurking. Looks like I'm calling this early. Have a good one, and I will see you probably in 2025, because I don't see me doing another live stream in this calendar year. But I also didn't think I'd be doing this one today either. So we'll see. Bye.